impact of that?
Thank you for having me on, Mike. It's nice to talk to you again. So yes, this RCEP, even though it's not going to be ratified until the middle of next year, but yet I think it's still of monumental progress for all these Asian Pacific countries, 14 of them. So yes, this is a deal that has been 8 years in making. So it has very significant political and economic implications. So what this pact has done is to formulate and really try to formalize the trade relationship, especially in goods. The service trade is still in the making, but countries all agree to lower the tariffs, and they will also abide by the common standards for the local content rules. So these countries will strengthen their trade and investment partnership, and so it will help to build a very vibrant regional economy.
Let's talk about China's economy. What are you seeing in these numbers?
Yeah, so what we see in the October number is that it suggests a very rigorous and broad-based recovery. So China has solidified its recovery from the pandemic. So the industrial production has up by 6.9%, and the investment has gone up by 1.8%, and trade exports has gone up by 13%. All of these beat the previous expectations. Now, the retail sales also increased by 4.3%, which is great. This marks the third consecutive month of growth. We're still a little bit low in terms of the retail sales compared to last year. The first 10 months, we're still about 5.9% lower than the same period of last year in the first 10 months. But still, I think that is a great recovery, and it shows that China is really on the solid path of recovery and growth this year. Yeah. So we would expect, yes.
I was going to say, and we'd be surprised if they weren't lower, given what the countries had to deal with. How has the economy changed because of COVID, and how was China positioned for the pandemic, perhaps differently than other countries, or was it?
Yes, so I think China has done really remarkable jobs in terms of containing the pandemic, right? Had a very early and draconian lockdown, so it really helped to contain the virus. And then China also took a lot of measures, fiscal stimulus, moderate monetary easing, and many other measures to strengthen the economy and promote the recovery. So China now is, forging ahead, and hopefully, with China's imports and also investment abroad, China will help to contribute to global recovery. And the IMF, of course, has very optimistic view of China's next year's growth. They projected China's growth 10% and contribute to 26.8% of the global growth. And this year, I think China will finish strong. We're expecting 5.5 or 5.7% of growth in the last quarter, making China the annual growth rate to about 2%, the only country in the G20 to have positive growth.
Well, let's talk about that, because when you think of China, you think of its reach around the world, globalization, a big part of it. How will things look in the future for China when you have so many countries still struggling to contain this virus?
Right, that's a great question. So I think, China has been really doing a remarkable job in containing the virus. So, but the second wave would definitely dampen, confidence and also disrupt global trade and commerce. So I think it's difficult for China to be just a single country to continue to forge ahead. So I think it's important for China to continue to open and liberalize and import to provide that much needed demand boost to the rest of the world. And I think China is making progress on that, especially when you look at just this month, we had the Import Expo, and I think China is really showing the determination to open up to the global economy.